quarter mile, turn right onto East 97th Street.
They said free the Palestinians, then celebrate the death of native Indians. How these other races gon' take us serious? They don't. It's silly thinking you can fight oppression with a vote. I'm so woke, I got sleep deprivation. Belly of the beast giving birth to a nation. You know how I feel to have culture and they take it. It'll never be peace, tell them free the reservation. Till it's backwards, they don't know that they exist no more. Ever try reaching out for help and you just get ignored? Pick up vices like drugs and try to fill a void. They get a youth life sentence for a killing, he was just a boy. Niggas poor, what we living for? Life a gamble, it's like the police hands around your neck, they just hit record. We in war, man, this ain't the norm. But you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know. Mama on the stage crying. She just lost her only son to gang violence. Pops level 4 yard talking through the fence. Have you ever tried to help her through the fence? Have you ever tried? Your loved ones through a fence. Have you ever talked through the fence? Have you ever tried to help?
Fucking dumbass.
Been hated just because your skin. Have you ever worked all week and couldn't pay your rent? Life a trip, I'm trying to catch my balance. Every step feel like I'm walking backwards. Credit card, but gotta check the balance. I come from where it's worthless while my heart callous. They want you to fall weak, that's a war tactic. Look how we live, what's scary than that? What you know about crossing the Darien Gap? Risk of life to live in hell or bury your kids. Either way we gotta suffer and they just get rich. Life a bitch, why waste time telling you that? Cause if you ain't a nigga like me, you don't know how I feel to be black.
Hey, before I drive off, right? Can y'all tell me
women give men a million reasons to look elsewhere?
Why this woman is being called a pastor?
So women got it twisted.
Can somebody tell me why this woman is being called a pastor?
And they
I would love to
know that they're the goddess.
Where did I see this heifer was called a pastor? That's diabolical. I don't say diabolical. That's a dyke. Or former dyke, ex-dyke, XYZ. Cap, where can I find all the music of Captain the Cod? You can go to Tribe Vibes. I'll be telling y'all where to go. On your Play Store, or on Apple Pay, or the App Store on your iPhone. Excuse me, you go to Tribe Vibes. And there you can find all the music to your liking. That's where you can go. You go right there, boom, you in the game. All right, that's where you go if you want to get all the hot new music. So the topics that I have in here, y'all know the phone lines is open now. I don't know how long this live stream will be. This is technically a bonus. So all of this is free time. What I mean by free time is I don't have to do a 40-minute one because I just did a 40-minute live stream, but I did say I would do another one. So we'll see how long this goes. Cap the tribe. You got to make sure you download the right one, because I downloaded it and it works for me. I'll talk to Tazaryach about it. Cap, Drop City, why you keep asking that question? The flyer is up. Yeah, I'm going on Jake Shields. The flyer is posted. I think it's December 7th. I'll be on Jake Shields. It'll be me versus listen, y'all say the app don't work. Let me show y'all. Let me see. Look, watch mine. Mine's open up just fine. Look at that. I'll talk to Tazaryach to see if it's working or not. But I'll find out if it's working. But December 7th, I think I'm debating the Jewish guy on Jake Shields' platform. So December 7th, I'll be out there. I got another surprise coming up. This is gonna be a doozy. I just can't talk about it yet. Because this particular podcast, they don't announce it until it shows up. But I'll also be on 607 show. 607 Unk, I was able to get in touch with them. I think I'm doing that on the 7th as well, because they're out in Vegas. So look for that as well. So I'll be doing Jake Shields and 607 while I'm out there. So I'm gonna have to call Whack 100. I'm gonna call Whack and ask him, hey man, how you deal with this cat? I don't know what you mean by the money good. You got to call in and ask. I'm not giving no hint to the podcast either. I'll tell you what they call him. They call him on Marvel. They used to call him. There's a thing they call it on Marvel when you watch the movie, and they would say you got to look for these certain things. I'll drop one of them in this podcast. But I don't know what you mean when you say money good. You could call in and explain, though. The number to call in is 862-224-9027. Easter eggs. There you go. I can't say that, man. I can't say that. I can't use that. I'll drop a hint or a clue. I can't say Easter egg. My spirit won't let me say, hey y'all, I'm about to drop this Easter egg. My spirit won't let me do it. That's how much I hate idols. My spirit won't let me say Easter egg. But I will drop a hint in this live stream. You'll just have to pay attention. But I am filming. I'm be busy the next. Man, I got a lot of shit. I got pressure. I got all kind of shit I got to do. Y'all don't know sometimes. But I want to get back on the subject of salvation. So when we talk about salvation, always remember this, right? When the Bible talks about salvation, right? Salvation for the Most High. And Christianity has done such a horrible number, and they've bastardized what salvation is. Before Christianity took a hold of these records, salvation was always about restoring Israel. That's what salvation was about. Salvation never meant anything else but restoring Israel. Salvation never meant restoring Edomites. Salvation never meant restoring Canaanites, Moabites, Jebusites, Ishmaelites, Elamites. Salvation never meant that. You don't see nowhere in the Bible where salvation means that. Salvation has always meant one thing and one thing only: restoring Israel, the preserved of Israel. That's what salvation has always meant. Christianity comes along, or a term that's pretty popular, which I think is dumb, apologetics come along, and then they argue, no, because this word Gentile is here, now that means other people get salvation. The problem with that is that you have to show where that salvation lost their heritage, where that nation lost their heritage, lost their kingdom, was disobeyed, was scattered by the Most High. All the things that Israel has to be saved and restored from only happened to Israel. Israel lost their God, Israel lost their culture, Israel lost their land, Israel lost everything. And in that text that shows why Israel lost it, it was at the hands of the other nations and our submission or giving into them instead of the Most High. So in the Bible, when it says, who turned the truth of God into a lie, when did salvation mean everybody now? Salvation can't be everybody when everybody doesn't require being saved. What you gonna say? They got to get saved from Donald Trump? Like, what are they getting saved from? Like like, even before you start even getting into a Gentile argument, heathen argument, stranger argument, XYZ argument like that. I was on TikTok the other day and sister was asking about Romans 11 when it says salvation is coming to the Gentiles to provoke them to jealousy. That's not salvations for other nations. That's not what that scripture is talking about. You have Israelites that use it as a precept. See, they got their salvation already. No, they didn't. Because salvation, by definition, when you're saying they got their kingdom, that's not their salvation. When the white man came over here to America and slaughtered the native Indians, are you telling me that the same way the native Indians need salvation is the same thing the white man that has slaughtered them to establish this country gets the same thing as the native Indians get? You're telling me the same white race that enslaved black people, and black people now need to get saved from that white race. That white race gets that same salvation that they caused them to get in that condition? The logic, it don't make sense from a human. I don't want to use human. It don't make sense from no Bible whatsoever. Take the Bible out the equation. It's diabolic to believe that another nation enslaves another nation. And when it's time for the nation that got enslaved to get redeemed from the nation that punished them, the nation that punished them gets saved too. Let that marinate for a second. Nobody would think that makes sense. They have not saved one German. Again, take the Bible out the equation. When that Holocaust happened, when they catch a German, they be catching them Germans. Them Germans be 90 years old, 80 years old, and they still throw their ass in jail. They don't say, well, it's been 40 years. It's been 50 years. That happened in the past. You done been a good citizen all this time. You ain't unalive no more Jewish people, so we gonna let you get away with what you did. That ain't what they do. They throw their ass in jail. They make them pay for that. That's without the Bible. The logic of man says the person that punished doesn't get to be redeemed with the person that they punished. But what the Christian church and these Israelites is teaching you is that the person that was punished, they have to be saved with the one that punished them. This is why when y'all went to y'all Thanksgiving and you was around your uncle that molested you, and you was around your auntie that molested you, that's that same concept. Let that sizzle in your spirit. Imagine having to be around the same person that molested you. That's how it is. I remember Chris Rock made that analogy. Chris Rock said, if you black in America, it's a little different. He said being black in America is like that uncle that paid your way through college, but molested you. I don't know what clip you talk about when you say, where's the clip? I don't know what clip you're talking about. When you go into the Bible, now I just gave y'all like an analogy outside the Bible. Now, when you go into the Bible says, the angel says it's going to redeem Israel. Zechariah said it's redeeming Israel. Christ said he's for Israel. Paul said only Israel. Peter said to the strangers that are scattered. James said to the strangers that are scattered. Everybody says that it's for Israel. It's only the people that come after that make it about everybody. And you can read about people that Paul spoke about before. You know, there's a reason why Peter says the true proverb, a dog turned into his vomit. You had Israelites leaving the truth during Christ's time. When Christ said, you must eat my body and drink my blood, and they didn't understand it, they all left the truth. Everybody. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This day I'm calling from Washington State. Good morning, Cap.
Hey, good morning, brother. You got a question or comment?
Yeah, I was watching the dude from HOI last night, and they was asking somebody to call in and like kind of dispute, what we're talking about. So I asked him, I say, show me in the New Testament, during the Roman occupation, where a natural Gentile, like a Greek, Roman, a Hamite, Moabite, where they actually prayed to the Most High.
Right.
I said because these people, they had their own gods back then. It's not like Christianity today, like it's spread all over Islam. No, the Greeks had Zeus. Greece and Roman had Zeus, and people had Baal. They had their own gods. So only people that was praying to the Most High was the children of Israel, because that was our God. That's the God we knew. Saying that we didn't go out. And then he was talking about the Italian band. When I looked it up, it said 600 men out of the Roman province.
Wait. So let me slow you down. He said non-Israelites that prayed to the Most High was the Italian band.
No. He was trying to say that Cornelius had to be a Gentile because he was in the Italian band, and in the Italian band had they like occupying Israel and all this type of stuff. Like
that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy work.
Yeah.
That's
and
crazy work, because
when
you do, if anybody do the history of the Jews in the Roman military, you'll see that Jews was in the Roman military, just like we're in the white man's military today.
That's what I was trying to tell him. Then I said, I looked it up, the Roman Italian band. It just said it's 600 men out that come from Roman province.
Right.
So from after the Greek captivity, is the southern kingdom was spread throughout Rome and Greek province. So they could have been any Jew that didn't know. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm like, man, my spirit was so tough. I had to call you. I'm like, bro, I just couldn't. I was watching. I just couldn't. Reveal in me. I just couldn't sit tight and continue to watch and not say nothing. I'm like, bro, y'all crazy.
Yeah, I think it is. It's a bugged out doctrine. That's why I said, like, it's impossible to say that the other nations need salvation like we need salvation. I think we forgot what salvation is. I think that's what it is. I think that we're because a few things happen. We're 2,000 years removed from Yahushua. We're hundreds of years removed from slavery. So I think we forgot what salvation actually is, because we done got comfortable in America. We done got so comfortable in America where we don't have physical change. We can walk to the store. We can go outside. We can go to the gym. We can play basketball. We can get so-called rich in America that we forgot what salvation is. Salvation is being redeemed from your enemy. The enemy the enemy cannot get saved with you. Otherwise, the enemy is coming. It has to be in a in a punished state. If the enemy is not in the opposite state of you, then you still have to worry about that enemy.
right. I'm saying to myself, with Dick, I'm saying to myself, the most out through all our history, anytime we mingle with other nations and stuff like that, like example, like we made the Haronian them during the Maccabee time submit, and we brought them in our schools, and what I'm saying, stuff like that. And look what happened. After a
Mm-hmm.
while, when the Romans came in, they became over us. Man, we're
Yep.
not having that no more. We're
Yep.
not friends with these people. But like you said, so in America, I got a job now.
Yep.
So
I got a job now.
what
It's relaxed now. I
so the
ain't
white people,
oppressed. I ain't oppressed
right,
like I was before. Like,
right.
mm-hmm.
And then Bowsy gave me a raise, $2 raise now.
Yep.
He ain't that bad. You saying
Nah.
all of he ain't that
Yeah.
bad.
Yep.
After the day, after the David daughter.
I'm always reminded of in the book of Baruch when it says, "Hear now the prayer of the dead Israelites." Our ancestors, and this is where I envy the so-called Jew, and I envy the so-called Jew in this regard. When it comes to that Holocaust, they don't care how long ago it was. They make sure you remember that shit. They make sure you remember it.
Right.
And listen, they are rich. Like the so-called Jew is rich, run the Diamond District, run Hollywood, got a state, tells America what to do, the whole 9 yards, and they still don't let the Holocaust go. But for us, we let slavery go without gaining nothing. We have gained no power. We just gained, like you just said, we gained a good job. We gained a good job. We ain't in the outhouse no more. We in the in-house a little bit. So because of that, we forget about the condition that we was in. That is
And
diabolical
then
to me.
diabolical. Then the other thing, you got certain niggas over in slavery looking over at master daughter. So now they get a chance to be a master daughter.
Right,
You see
right,
what I'm saying? It's
right.
all this, like you said, diabolical, and Kansas is not even mindful what they're actually saying. Do them people actually think that when Christ comes back, it's gonna be like, okay, uh, that Edomite right there, that Edomite was good. Like when Christ come back, there ain't gonna be no separation. What Edomite was good, prayed to him, the Most
Right.
High, treated us. Man, Christ come back, he slaughtered
Yeah.
everything that's moving.
And what I ask them
Man.
too, then I say, man, didn't the righteous Israelites go in captivity too? Like when the white man enslaved us, he didn't say, "Oh, that's a good black person. That's a good Israelite right there." Even the Most High didn't say, "Don't." The Most High didn't say, "Spare the righteous Israelites." The Most High destroyed us as a nation.
Thanks.
So now he's going to destroy them as a nation. We so enslaved, we don't even realize the slave mentality. Like Genesis has a slave mentality, and for that Cornelius, I got to put HOY in the same box, unfortunately, because
I couldn't even believe that.
to make the white man get salvation, it's like you not free yet. You're not free until, like in Psalms 137. It says, "Happy shall he be that taketh thy little ones and dash them against the stones." The little ones couldn't have done anything wrong, but the Bible says we'll be happy when we could take their little ones and dash them against the stones. So if the little one if we're supposed to be happy at the little one getting dashed against the stones, how do they come along and say the big ones can get salvation if the little ones is getting dashed against the stones? That the
Not
logic
only
that just
that,
don't make, so they're
I'm
not
gonna
free,
say
they're
something.
still slaves. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say something, and I'm gonna let you go. I know there's other people, trying to get in. But if you say these people have salvation, you can't say that they don't get the new covenant too.
Yeah, you can. That's a part of the new covenant. That's the
Exactly.
promises.
So you can't
That
separate
listen,
the two.
Paul
They
said,
gonna get the kingdom and
yeah.
everything.
Paul said, who are Israelites, the adoption. Now you're saying they can get adopted in. They can get grafted in. Now that's what you're saying. I think, as a matter of fact, I think Shower Paul said the branches was non-Israelites in Romans the 11th chapter.
Yeah. They said all that. I mean,
Listen, man.
but that's what you get. That's what you get when you said when people separate from from the main house and go out and build their own thing. They add stuff, and then not only that, let me tell you something too that I peeped too. A lot of people, they be having these thoughts already in their head, but they don't want to go to the men above them and challenge them. You know, and then they'll leave, and then they'll leave and say, okay, now I got a chance to put this out what I've been thinking.
Right.
And it be bullshit the whole time. It just kills the people.
Real talk.
Confuse the people. That's all I had, Cal, man. Good morning. I'm at work, man. I gotta get back on the clock. I had a few minutes.
All right, no sweat.
Shalom.
All right, shalom. Hey, before I take, I want to say this too. I want to make sure I put out this disclaimer because I said what I said about HOI. This is not slander. Caller, hold on one second. This is not slander, and I have to say this because the Bakkanen will say this is what ISBK does. No. Y'all did a live stream yesterday. Y'all said Cornelius is an Edomite and the branches are non-Israelites. So I'm giving commentary on that, and that is not biblical. That is not in the Bible, period. I also want to respond to this brother in the chat. I wish he would call in. So there's a brother in the chat that keeps talking about FBA and reparations. The number is pinned, brother. You should call the number because I'm driving. I can't read your messages, but I would like to have a conversation because I don't know what you're talking about as far as reparations go. You're never getting reparations. When I'm saying you, we are never getting reparations. It's been hundreds of years. We have not gotten anything, but the number to call is 862-224-9027. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Aaron calling from Chicago.
What's going on, brother?
I just had a quick question. I know the video that Deacon Inside made stating that I guess y'all original leader used to teach Gentile salvation, but I just wanted to get your opinion on it. Like
you talk about Abba Bivens?
Yes.
Okay, so Abba Bivens was not the leader of ISBK. Abba Bivens was a brother along with those other brothers. They was in a group called the Commandment Keepers together. And so Abba Bivens write their books. At least they say that he write that book. And so when Ariel writes his book, he puts what Abba Bivens wrote in his book. And in that same book, on page 17 of that same book that Ariel wrote, he puts his position, which salvation is only for Israel. So for those saying that he agreed with Abba Bivens because he put the excerpt in his book, that's a lie. All you got to do in that same book, I have a screenshot of it. I just haven't put the screen. I have the page and everything on page 17 of that book. The same book. I forget what the name of the book that they say Ariel wrote, but I have that picture. And in that picture is page 17 of the same book. And so that's how you know that they're full of crap, because they would have at least said in the same book, he shows that highlight. They would have at least said that. It's on page 17. I don't know if I could blow this up. It's in page, it says, the non-so-called whites have always made up the various nations around the world. In the beginning, the earth was dominated by non-whites. It says Jesus did not die for the Gentile world or Christianity. This type of philosophy was unknown to our people in former times. That's what he said in that same book. So when they put out that narrative,
so he just being deceptive once again.
Yeah, that's all he is deceptive.
Hey, that's why I kind of like. But see, you caught this like before it even happened. Like,
yeah,
I remember it all started with the debate, because what was the debate that they
I think they wanted me to debate the New Testament.
The New Covenant.
The New Testament.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Mm-hmm. So when I first seen that, and then so I'm like, damn. So you like you said no, and then he started making videos with Cap turning down. I'm like, damn, I ain't never really seen Cap. Maybe Cap is kind of scared, but then once the Sakari fell off, and then Gorilla pretty much stated that, well, Deacon he been knew that Cap accepted it, but his school said no. He knew that months ago. So he's trying to make it seem like Cap's scared. That's not the case. And then you came and made another video like, oh yeah, see, now that I know your motive and what you're doing, you
Right.
can't get a debate out
Because
of
if
me,
you
or whatever the
remember,
case is.
well, first I want to say, I've turned down a lot of people for debates. I've turned down Black Jesus. I've turned down Jeremiah Judah. Deacon is no different than Black Jesus and Jeremiah Judah. They are clout chasers.
Right.
They are the same clout chasers.
That's
and
that's
what
why that's why I'm losing
and what I was
respect for
right. And there was two conversations being had. I was talking about Deacon's lack of brotherhood with Gorilla. I was not talking about a debate. He then switched it to a debate. Let me clear up something else. When I think Deacon Kataza was cutting the shit out of Deacon the other day, and Deacon made a point to say that I apologized. I did not apologize. I think they might want to get it right. I did not apologize for the way he left. I said I damn near owed him an apology because Gorilla was getting banged in his butt. That's what I was talking about. It wasn't about them leaving. They wasn't brothers. I was really being funny. I wasn't being like super. Hold on one second. Hold on. I was damn near being funny for them supposedly not knowing what was happening with Gorilla, but then Gorilla put out that Hassad knew last year that you know what that woman was saying about him and what was going on. So they're liars across the board. But he's just he's just Deacon is just a thirsty ass nigga. That's why I said I would never debate him, just like I would never debate Jeremiah Judah. I would never debate Black Jesus. They're all the same to me. The reason why they're going to be different to everybody else is because of likability. Because people like Deacon, they look at him as different. But let's say if Jeremiah Judah called my live stream, I'll take his call. If Black Jesus called my live stream, I'll take his call. If Deacon called my live stream right now, I would take his call. But to ask me to do an organized sit-down debate, no, I ain't never doing that. But anybody could call a show. Anybody could do that.
Right. That's why I kind of like lost respect to Deacon, because it's like it's almost like you a pastor now. Like you just doing this for views and for money. And the way Gorilla broke that video down, it's like they saying they didn't know as far as the Gentiles salvation. This is just newfound information, but the people in the school saying that they did know this way back. They just didn't want to teach it or go against or challenge their heads against it. Right. So when Gorilla broke that video down, it kind of like all made sense. Now, in my opinion, here's why I got a problem with Israelites. The Israelite community, I'm more disappointed in them. It's almost like when people used to say, well, when if you get scammed by a polite, then I ain't even mad at polite. I'm mad at, well, that's on you. It's like because when the Israelite community, like y'all be saying, like, so not Gentiles, Christians been teaching this forever, and now because they're saying it, now you're just going along with it. Like that don't make. I'm glad
you said that, because you know what they say. This is something I'm hearing them say now that Genesis said this. You know what Israelites are saying, and you so vagina for this. You know what Israelites are saying? Well, as long as they teaching us to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Now it's getting to that. You know what that means then? If you gonna take the stance that you ain't got no issue with Genesis as long as they teaching law, statutes, and commandments, then you shouldn't battle another Christian on Gentile salvation. You should only battle Christians on law, statutes, and commandments. That's it. Because if I see them, if them same Israelites will go and battle the Christian on Gentile salvation, but still side with the Genesis over the same thing, you hypocrites. Hypocrites.
Right, and that's why I said they like speaking like a pastor, and the Israelite is like the Christian church, because you know when the pastor could be doing something completely wrong, and then well, I remember my mom used to say well, pastor say we got to do this, pastor say we got to do that, or whatever the case is. So that's the way I'm looking at it. So I honestly believe, and here's why I do believe that they been knew about it, because I don't believe in them splitting. I believe they had to keep this quiet for as long as they did because if they didn't, if they had a split with Sakari and then said we believe in Gentile salvation, they would have not. I don't think they would have had members to pull from. So they had to wait until they grow and get some members, and or do X, Y, Z to the point where okay, now we can say this,
Right.
and now we can do this, and then this is just what. And I believe it's kind of like what Brother said. I don't believe Deacon believe this. I just think it's just something for him to teach, say something for shock value, clicks and views.
Yeah,
Whatever the case is.
let me hit you. Deacon don't love the Most High at all. Let me just say what everybody else, what y'all need to hear. Deacon is not doing this because he loves the Most High. He's doing this because it's money. That's it.
Right.
It's money to him.
Right.
That statement he made, if he ever wanted to make money, he'd teach Gentile salvation. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing.
Right.
He said it. He said it.
Right.
So he's being what he is. The sad part is that Israelites is accepting of that. But then y'all gonna get mad at the...
That's why I said they're kind of, it's like the polite situation is like, well, if you get fooled by that's on you. But this is why I said,
if you paying that tithes to Eddie Long and TD Jakes, if you paying the tithes to Eddie Long and TD Jakes and Creflo dollars and all of that, you deserve it. I don't feel sorry for nobody that's listening to Genesis. You are the same Christians that you was talking about 4 weeks ago, a month ago, before all of this came out. You would have said, y'all Christians is wrong because y'all listening to the pastor no matter what. And now that you still listening to Deacon no matter what, you show you're just like the Christian. Period. Yeah, man. The day y'all see me teaching some bullshit, y'all better not follow me. I remember Ariel told, I remember General Yohana tells this story all the time. General Yohana tells the story how Ariel told them back then, even if y'all see me teaching something off, you better not follow me. And Commander General Yohana was a good son, and he did not follow. He did not follow Ariel. He did not. So as Ariel went and started teaching Immaculate Conception and hell and all that other nonsense, Commander General Yohana kept what was taught in the beginning. And that's it. He didn't leave with it. You know what I'm saying? But I want to...
That's integrity.
Yeah, that's... Listen, if you don't have integrity, you don't have nothing. But I do got to take another call, brother. I do appreciate it.
All right, brother. I appreciate you. Shalom.
Hey, no sweat. Shalom. Next caller says Isaiah on my phone.
Shalom, brother. I'm very sick. I'm going to let my wife ask you this because it's about something she's reading.
Okay, no problem.
If that's okay. I know
yeah, as long as you're okay, that's fine. No. Listen, hey, you gotta always remember this. If women can ask a man a question, especially if the husband approve it. Like, we have women in our classes all the time. So she can go ahead and ask the question. All right.
Yes. Okay. Go ahead, Amara.
Shalom, sis.
Shalom, brother.
Hey, shalom, sis. How you doing? You got a question?
Yes. I was reading Psalms 78, verses 25, and it says, man ate of the bread of the angels. He sent them food in abundance. But what I'm trying to understand is how did the angels eat? Because when they don't have a physical body in heaven.
No, where did it say they don't have a physical body in heaven? It doesn't say that. The angels... Yeah,
it don't, but...
the angels have a body. The Most High has a body, sis. In Daniel's 9 and 7, it says the Ancient of Days did sit. Are you familiar with that scripture?
You may not know you are, but yes.
I may not know I am.
Okay, go to the book of Daniel. I think it's 7 and 9. Let me make sure that's it. Yeah, go to the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 9.
If you repent.
As I looked, thrones were placed, and the Ancient of Days took his seat. His clothing was white as snow, and the hair of his head like pure wool.
So you see, it says
isn't that his son?
No, that's Yahweh. The Ancient of Days is the Most High. You see how it says the head of his hairs? That means he has a head and he got hairs. And he's sitting on a throne. So the angels have a body, the Most High has a body. Now, I wouldn't say the Most High's body look like ours. I've never seen his body to say exactly what it looks like. But they have a physical appearance because the angels will communicate with Abraham. The angels communicate with Samson's parents. The angels communicated with Mary. And they would all see them as men. So, yes, angels have a body. The Most High have a body, sis.
Yeah, I ask questions like this because I'm, technically new to this truth.
Okay.
Trying to get a, understand about everything.
Right. No, I understand. And listen, you came to the right place, and that's what we all supposed to do. We all supposed to, ask questions. And now always remember this too. If you ever ask a question and they don't want to answer the question, or they tell you don't ask no questions, you want to be mindful of that, because that's not the correct place or correct thing to do. Even Jacob wrestled with an angel.
The water.
I underbar, sis, no sweat. All right. Hey, before I go, I just got one more thing I want to touch on. I saw this video. Now, this is an old video, but it was something I said, let me talk about. Now, don't worry about the white woman. The white woman ain't got nothing to do with it. But I want y'all to watch this video. Tell me what y'all think. Wait, hold on. Let me do it like this.
I'm not sitting in the back seat. You need to get out. You gonna sit in the back seat today? You need to get out. I'm not sitting in the back seat.
My mom is coming, so I ain't gonna lie. You don't have to get it down. What you mean?
What you mean you're not coming?
It's not that deep. Just sit in the back seat.
Okay, bye. Y'all not married anyway. I mean, we just going somewhere. You act like you gotta sit in the back seat forever. Okay, bye. That's real crazy.
Now, I want to take a poll. You with your wife, you with your girlfriend, for those in the world, you got your mama with you. I know it's a skit. Proud FBA, if you're not going to be man enough to call in, you doing all this chatty-pattying in the chat, but you won't call in. I mean, I appreciate the comments. I don't hate on comments. Comments are a beautiful thing. But you're a vagina because you won't call in to a number that you can call in publicly. One more thing. I saw an Israelite say, or somebody put in the chat say, scared of Deacon. Here's how you can tell if I'm scared. The day that he calls into my live and I hang up on him, then you can say, Cap, you were scared. Until then, I don't know what to tell you. So to FBA Cat, if you ain't going to call in, I don't know what to tell you. So now my question, you with your mama and your woman, who sits in the front seat? Give me a 3 for your mama. Give me a 1 for your woman. 3 for your mama, 1 for your woman. Who sits in the front seat? Shout out to the ones in the chat, because I'm with the ones too. Because in that instance, if your mama is doing it, the way in that video, that's a mother that's looking for dominance. You know what happens in the real world? In the real world, or what should happen in the real world? In that scenario, you with your woman, you with your mother. As y'all walking up there, the mother should automatically be taking the back seat. And what normally happens is your woman might say, nah, Ma, you can sit in the front. You know why it's better that way? Because that's the respect that the mother is giving to your woman. And then your woman is giving the respect back because she saw the respect. But if your mama comes and she just trying to sit in the front, that's her thinking that her son is her boyfriend. That she ain't married to the son. The one flesh you got is with your woman. That's your flesh. You should not allow anybody to have power over your woman. And you for sure shouldn't let your mama and your woman think that your mama got power over her. Because your woman your mother don't have power over that woman. She don't. Just like that father, her father doesn't have power over you. If you reverse it, her father is riding with y'all. It should go the same exact way. That father should expect to either sit in the back, or matter of fact, what it might be, what a good daughter might do, is more than likely, if the father of the mother of the woman is there, the husband or man is more than likely driving. So then the scenario normally is the good daughter more than likely would sit in the back and let the father sit in the front. But the father wouldn't think by default he's sitting in the front either. There's a reason the Bible says you leave your mother and father and cleave to your wife. You cleave to your husband. Y'all are the one flesh. The problem with these mamas think they sons is they man. And they gonna tell the woman what to do. And it just don't exist like that in the real world. All right. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Rakatham, Yahweh Shema Thum Ba'Shem Yahushua.